Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. So if you are new here, my name is Ashley and I go by Dr. Ash and her makeup. And thank you for joining my little makeup family. And Dr. Ash and her makeup, it basically is, I'm a pharmacist and I have a doctorate in pharmacy. So it's just like a play on my title, and I love makeup. And I've loved makeup my whole entire life. So Happy New Year. Today is January 2nd. This is my first time filming for the new year. So I feel fresh and I feel rested because all I did was sleep January 1st and watch Law and Order SVU. I've had some coffee today because my Keurig broke yesterday, but Amazon to the rescue. I will have a new Keurig tomorrow. I've had my Keurig for like several years, and the needle at the bottom, it told me to decompress something and the needle just literally broke off. And that's what you need to puncture it with the Keurig. I don't know. I'm nothing without my coffee, so I had some Starbucks today. But needless to say, I am here to talk about these new little babies, and I haven't even opened the boxes yet. And these are the Fenty Mix and Match Snap Shadow Palettes. I mean, these things are cute. So Fenty Beauty, she came out with 8 of these palettes. They actually released the day after Christmas, and I was out shopping with my mom and my grandmother the day after Christmas, and I went into Sephora and I was able to pick these up. They had all 8 shadows on display, and what I do love about Fenty is that when they release something, it's in the store pretty much that day, and it's online that day, or you can go over to fentybeauty.com and pick it up that day. So Fenty actually came out with 8 of these little bad boys, and I decided to pick up 3 and 7. Those were the 2 that kind of really most appealed to me. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't even opened these yet. So this is what the packaging looks like. This is 3. I'm sorry, I'm slow. This is 3, and this is 7. So 7 is actually Cadet, and 3 is the Deep Neutrals. So these retail for $25 a piece, or if you buy them together, you get 2 for $45, so you end up saving $5. Now, like I said, she came out with 8. And the cool little thing about these things, they're little mini palettes. And on the back of here, we have all the directions, snap them, easy to build, color, all of that fun stuff. We also have our ingredients, and each of these palettes, they are 6 shadows with 1 gram of product each in the shadows. And once you open it, they're good for 12 months, and the materials are recyclable. So I'm opening up 3 right now, and it's enclosed in this little cardboard thing right here. And then we have this. So this is number 3, and on the back we do have the names of the shadows, but ironically we have to flip it upside down because this is actually the back side. So here, if you turn it around, the shadow names are inverted, which is a little annoying. It doesn't really matter in real life. It just matters in my YouTube life, to be honest. Okay. And then this is number 7, and I'll open the shadow palette for you in a second. And we have number 7 right here, Cadet. So let's go ahead and open this up. So far on, it's easy to open up, and we have a nice mirror right here. I mean, these are going to be excellent for traveling. And of course, you got a little, what's the name, sleeve right there, plastic sleeve to protect your shadows. And this is number 7. And this is like a grungy neutral tone. So it's like, this is beautiful with this green and these warm tans and mustard, and just, this one actually only has 2 shimmers, okay? And then this is what number 3 is looking like. And it's a deep neutral, and these are the type of neutrals that call my name, and they also look the best on my skin complexion. And this is number 3 right here. So pretty, okay? So let's see if we can get this little snapping mechanism going here. I haven't tried it, but let's see. Oh, is it just 1 click? Oh, wait. Okay. That came apart really easy. Snap. There we go. Okay. Oh, all right. So now we got our own little palette. I mean, look how cute this is. This is so stinking cute. Fenty, she knows she is always coming up with some revolutionary stuff, keep us on our toes. That's what makes this brand so unique and special, because We have not seen anything like this. I mean, we've seen dual ended palettes, you flip it over, but we've never seen anything where you could just like, okay, how easy can we pull it apart? There we go. Pull it apart, mix and match. I could pick up another shadow palette if I feel like it. You put them together. Boom. And you have like this cute little curated palette. And let's see. Then you open it. Boom. Oh man, this is gonna be like everything. So I'm excited to see the quality of these shadows as I still struggle to get the other side open. Okay, wait. There we go. Okay, so I'm really excited to see the quality of the shadows. I've actually never tried any Fenty shadows. I think the closest I've come to the Fenty shadow is like the Kilowatt highlighter in that big Kilowatt Christmas edition that she had last year, where you can use those as eyeshadows, highlighters, blah, 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 everything in the world, basically. But she has had 2 shadow palettes. I know she has had like the all shimmer palette. Oh, I have used that because my friend had it and I did her makeup and I used the topper shade and that was pretty, but it was too much for me. I didn't purchase that one, and I didn't purchase the Moroccan Spice. That one had a lot of mixed reviews, so I was really hesitant about purchasing that one. And it did go on a deep discount. But I'm really excited to see what the quality of these are. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do one look with 7, one look with 3, and then I'll do one finale look with 3 and 7 on the eyes. Let's go ahead and jump into some swatches, the looks, and the final thoughts. Okay, so I brought you in a lot closer so we can see the swatches of these bad boys better. I'm going to start off with palette number 3. First up, we have Nudie Booty. You know Rihanna, the names are kind of off the chain. And it's nude, all right. It's there. It's right there. But it's very nude on my complexion. Then we have Heaven Scent. And scent is spelled like scent, like C-E-N-T, like money. And then we have Smash or Pass. Honey, she is a mess. So those are the first 3 shades. Next up, we have Fire Freak, Shots Fired, and No Fudge Given. Ooh, that's a pretty color. So this is the Deep Neutrals 3. Going in with swatches for palette number 7, Cadet. First up, Money Mission. And this color is so pretty. Take Cover, Take Cover. Very nude. Then we have Glamo Camo. We have Fatigue, and Fatigue is actually spelled P-H-A-T-I-G-U-E. So cute. Then we have She Salute, this mustard shade. I'm going to build that up in a second. And then the last one we have is Good Cookie. Here is a re-swatch of She Salute, that mustard shade. It shows up a little bit better. This is Cadet. Let's go ahead and get started. My eyelids are primed using my Too Faced Multi-Sculpting Concealer in the shade Butterscotch. Going in, reference number 16 brush. Look at it's clean, y'all. It's clean. So we're gonna go in with the shade Nudie Booty right here. And child, these names are a mess, but I love it. I'm here for it. It's like they're risque, but they're not too risque because who is it? Kat Von D had a palette, and those names were like, ooh, this is too much. So Nudie Booty is, I mean, it's nude. But so far it's a nice just kind of transition shade. I do get some coverage, I do see something, and the shadow feels really smooth so far, okay? Now I'm just cleaning that brush off, that same reference number 16 brush in my little makeup towel. I'm gonna go in with the shade Fire Freak. That is that orange shade. Going in, taking it as my second transition color. Just placing this in the crease. Now this shade, I don't know. It seems pigmented, but it seems a little sheer at the same time. So I'm just going to try to build that up. I'm going to use like my little technique when I just want things to just really kind of pop. I'm just going to kind of pat it and then blend it out. Smooth, but you know me, I would definitely like more pigmentation from this. I mean, it builds up, but it doesn't build up at the same time. So you see, I've added quite a bit in there. So. Taking my Sonia G Crease Pro, I'm going to go in with the Burgundy shade, and that is called Shots Fired. That's it right here. And let's see how this one is. So this one off the bat, I think, yeah, I want to say this one has more pigmentation than the orange shade. Overall, I would say the shadows blend out very well. Blend that in. And I'm going to go back with that reference number 16 with that orange shade and see, get a little bit more there. It does look really pretty, but picking up Sonia G Worker Pro, going in with the deep dark shade that's called No Fudge Given. I'm going to lay this on my outer corner and just pick it up a little. Okay, yeah, that is packing a punch. And I'm just like smoothing this out, lightly feathering it out in the crease. Sonia G Worker Pro, going in with Smash or Pass. This is one of the shimmer shades right here. And this thing's very smooth when you pick it up. Actually, I haven't had too much kick up. This is what my palette is looking like at the moment. Actually, well, you guys just saw it a second ago, but it's actually looking very nice. It doesn't look like a wreck. So I appreciate that. And this is Smash or Pass. That's it dry. And it has nice shine. I'm going to take some setting spray and wet it just so you guys can see what it looks like wet. I went ahead and wet my brush and I just used some Maybelline setting spray. And it just provides a little more punch. It makes it a little bit, just a little bit more foiled. But overall, this formula is very smooth, which I do like. It is not clunky and chunky of a shimmer. And in with our other shimmer shade, I'm going to take that shade Heaven Sent, the lighter shimmer right here. Sonia G, same brush, wiped it off a little bit, and I'm just going to pop that in the inner corner. And these two do mesh well, but I like that you can tell that they're two separate shades when you put them on. Because sometimes, you know, when you put these stuff next to you on your eye, it's like, oh. It's the same shade. Okay, so there we go. Still gonna try to build that orange up. I just wanted to pop a little bit more. Going back in with that same number, reference 16, going back in with the shade. Okay, I got it to pop a little bit more now, but it took a lot. So let's go ahead and jump into this eye using Cadet, and then I'll put lashes and liner on at the end. Wiped off that reference number 16 very well in my little makeup towel. I'm gonna go in with this other shadow palette. This is number 7. I'm going to take the shade Take Cover, which is our nude shade right here. Just gonna load my brush up and throw this in the transition. I'm just expecting, yeah, a wash of color. A wash of just shadow. Kind of helping everything else blend. And right off the bat, this feels smooth also. So we have that lid set. Now, wiping that brush off again, going in with the mustard shade. That is called the She Salute right here. And you can't really see it. I mean, it adds something. I think I can see a little bit more off camera than you can probably see in the camera, but you can't really see it. It's just like a little wash of color. If I probably put on a lighter primer, you might be able to see it better. But generally the primers I wear are this color. I'm using my concealer right now, but I use my Urban Decay Primer Potion and Caffeine most times when I'm not feeling it. And I'm just still going back and forth, still trying to see. And I don't think I'm gonna get any more buildup from this, just to be honest. Like, it's not happening. But it does, I guess once I add my other shadows, it will set up some type of gradient, I'm guessing. But at this point, I think that's all the pigmentation I'm going to get from that. But then on the other note is, I've just never really met a mustard shade that's really just come through on my complexion. So I have my Sonia G Crease Pro going in with the shade Fatigue right here. And I'm just going to throw that in the crease. And so far, I'm liking how this color is picking up. This one is not, it's not scary. But okay, you get pretty good pigmentation. I'm going to build it up a little bit. This shade gives you something to work with. And just blending that out. Use some circular motions around the outer V. Just make sure that color is buffed in nicely. Now I like that color. And I'm just gonna build it up just a little bit more right in here. Sonia G Worker Pro going in with the shade Glamo Camo, deeper shade right here. Just gonna tap off the little excess, placing that, yeah, that's a nice shade. So far the 2 deeper shades are great. And I'm just keeping that really in the outer V. I am kind of feathering it up just a little bit into the crease area. Sonia G Builder Pro, I'm going to take the shade Good Cookie. Yeah, Good Cookie. And that's one of the shimmer shades in here, this bronzy shimmer shade. And I'm just filling that in on the mobile lid. This shade is very pretty. It's smooth, packs a punch. And that's the shade Dry. I will wet it for you guys just so you can see. With the brush, using my Maybelline setting spray. Yeah, and it just foils it a little bit more. Going in again with that Builder Pro, I wiped it off Going in with the last shimmer shade. This one I'm really excited about. It's called Money Mission. And this one is duochrome. It's like that white gold with that green flip. So I'm really excited to see. Ooh, that is pretty. And I'm just going to kind of layer it over the other shade right here so they fade into each other. So these are the eyes. I'm going to go ahead, put some liner and some mascara and maybe some lashes on and come back. Okay, I am back and these are the final two looks. I just opted to put on a little bit of liner and no lashes. I just went in with my Bad Girl Bang mascara because on a daily basis I don't usually wear lashes. And the rest of my face details will be down below, and I did throw on a little bit of a Fenty Beauty Uncuffed liquid lipstick. So overall, I think both of the looks came out very pretty, and I'm really feeling them. I'm really feeling this look with number 7. So let's go ahead and jump into the last look, and then we can talk about the shade. I'm back. Eyelids reprime using that same concealer as before. Going in with both of the palettes together. I'm using them unsnapped so I can be a good YouTuber and tell you what names of the shadows I am using. So I'm going to go in with palette number 3 at the moment. I'm going to do that first. And I am going to take this shade called Nudie Booty right here. Reference number 16 brush that we were using earlier. And I'm just going to throw this down in our transition so we have something just for our shadows to blend out. Okay, I have that first color laid down. Now, same brush, I'm gonna go in with our beloved orange shade right here. This is the Fire Freak. I'm just gonna take a good amount on that brush and we are going to lay it down in the crease area. Just to build up some gradient. And I'm just going to go back and forth. I'm gonna build it up as much as possible. But that doesn't look so bad now. Okay, we got it to build up a little bit. I think it can still be punchier. It can still use a little bit more, but I'm going in with a reference number 13 brush right here. I am going to take the shade, let's see, I'm gonna take Fatigue right here. And I'm just going to throw this in the crease. And I took a smaller brush so I don't overpower my crease. I'm just going back and forth and blending that out, keeping it pretty tight in the crease. Now I am going to bring it up some, but I really didn't want to cover my orange up. Since I worked so hard to build it up. Going in with my Sonia G, this is the Worker Pro. I'm going to go back into palette number 3, picking up this shade right here called Shots Fired, the burgundy shade. And I'm just going to pat some of that on the outer V. Okay, so now we have this shade down and we just kind of make sure it kind of mixes in with that Fatigue shade. And just taking that same brush, no additional product, and just kind of fanning it out. And I'm going to bring it up just a little, just so it kind of marries well together. Taking my Sonia G Builder Pro, going back in with palette number 7, I'm going to take the shade Money Mission right here, and we're going to put this all over my lid. And I'm like, what was that noise? Ooh, this shade is so pretty. And we just have a tiny bit of fallout with this shade, but not much. And I'm just going to make sure it kind of overlaps on that corner so we don't have any harsh lines. And I'm just going to ever so gently kind of blend it up into that crease. So it's not like shadow is just stopping and starting. Okay, now I just want to go back in with that reference number 13 brush, and I just want to add a little bit more of the shade Fatigue, just to kind of bring that up just a little bit. Still keeping that orange in play, or our first transition shade. It's like, even though you can't really see it. Going back in reference number 16 brush with that first shade, I'm picking up a little bit more of that orange shade from palette number 3. And we're going to add a little bit more. And I see this is a color that you definitely kind of have to add at the end. You can't start blending it out into other things. Okay, so I'm my liner, and then we'll wrap up with some final thoughts. Okay, I am back, and this is the final look. I think it came out very pretty, and I think it's very wearable, glam at the same time, and you could definitely put on some lashes if you want to. I just opted for my mascara, and I still have my same base products, which I will link down below. So let's go ahead and talk about these little babies. Let's start at the packaging, okay? Packaging, Rihanna, you get an A+ for this, okay? I think this is like so cool, and the only reason I was using it separate is, like I said before, I wanted to let you guys know the names of it. It's very simple to click. I didn't have any problem with it. I have very small hands. Sometimes it can be hard for me to open things, assemble things, but I feel like this is very easy, and I love how compact it is. I mean, we are talking about mini palettes, okay? This is the mini of the mini palettes, okay? And I think it is just really brilliant. It's so innovative and creative that she is able to put this together like this. And if you go ahead and purchase any of the other Snap palettes, you can just kind of change them out and create your own looks. Now, I'm really thoroughly impressed with the color combinations I put together, but these are color combinations that really just suit my tones, especially like the dark neutrals, and then Cadets. I just love mustardy, grungy type of colors at the same time. Now, formula-wise, I think formula, it is a very smooth shadow palette. As you can see, you know, my shadows, my palette isn't looking too dusty. It's not looking cakey and grimy. It's not like hiccup in the pans, which I do really appreciate, considering that these are small shadow palettes and the packaging is white, and we know it can look a mess after you finish using it, and I don't like my makeup looking like a mess. I like it to look like I've used it but not really used it at the same time. You know what I mean? So overall, I think the shadows, they have great blendability. The shimmers are really smooth. You get a nice payoff. You can go ahead and wet them and make it a little bit more extra foil. But to me, the mattes that perform the best are the darker ones. I really wish that they had a little bit more pigment to them, okay? And that's my personal preference. I honestly think that these shadow palettes will work out very well for people who are beginner makeup users, because A, you have cute little curated palette. You don't have a lot to think about here, and you can just go ahead and assemble them how you want to. You're like, okay, I think I like these colors. I like these colors. You have a couple of options. You have 12 shadows to play with. Now, the mustard shade, I really do like mustard shades, but I just really haven't met a mustard shade that's really shown up on my complexion. The new shades, they perform exactly how I expect them to do, a nice little wash of color. I think like the 2 best shades out of 7 are this shade, and of course the shimmers and this shimmer. As far as the mattes, of course, these 2, the darker ones, they show up the most, and they're punchy. As you can manipulate them, you can really build them up, or you can really kind of tone them down. I had them a little bit more toned down in this look. The shimmer is very smooth, sparkly. You get a lot of punch, okay? Now, like I said, the mustard shade, that one's kind of hit or miss. I think on my complexion it's going to be kind of somewhat of a miss. I just really haven't found a mustard shade that would really work. Now, surprising to me, I would think would be the orange shade. I'm really expecting more from this particular shadow. I do need it to have more pigmentation, and I think that could be an issue on people who are a deeper skin tone. So the shadow itself is formulated very smooth, and I really do appreciate that, but this needs more pigmentation, especially when we're talking about a transition shade. You know, you really want your transition shade sometimes to pop, at least that's how I feel, but I feel like we could definitely need more pigmentation. I had to do too much building up in order for this to work out. And I definitely feel like this is a shade you kind of need to add at the end versus kind of add in the beginning. You can add at the beginning, but you're really going to have to go through and re-intensify at the end after you've done all your blending and your crease work of that nature. Otherwise, these two shades right here, very pigmented, did not have a problem with it. These two shimmer shades are beautiful as well. This one, like I said, is just a neutral crease shade. Didn't expect too much of it. But I think for me, the most disappointing shade would be that orange shade, because that's something that I really rely on when I'm talking about building up my transition area and going into my crease. Overall, I really do like the palettes. The formula is not bad. Like I said, I just want a little bit more pigmentation out of some of the shadows. I think this is cute as a button. I would definitely use this to travel with. And I think that, like I said before, they're very beginner friendly because it's not a hard formula to work with at all, you know. So if you're learning how to do your shadows, okay, you're like, I have some curated options, I know kind of where to put these colors, and you're not going to have a lot of problems blending them out and making them work for you. Then you have some cute little shimmers. Those are not hard to work with either. You don't have to wet them. You can wet them if you want to. And I think any type of brush situation will work with them. As far as travel wise, if you're a girl on the go, like, this is clutch. You know, like, you just throw this in the bag. It's not heavy. It's not taking up a lot of room. I travel a lot, and I would definitely take this with me. Now, I will probably, just from my personal preference, figure out something and maybe take a single shadow with me because of that orange. It's not the way I need it to be, but other than that, I'm definitely going to use this again. I'm definitely going to try it out. I'm going to come back with some full reviews after I keep using with it, try a different primer, maybe see if I can get it to pop just a little bit more, just for my personal preference. But otherwise, I'm very satisfied. I think these are super, super cute, and I'm digging it. And I hope she comes out with more, and then it continue to work on the formula as far as the pigmentation. Otherwise, formula-wise, it's smooth, it's blendable, and we don't want to lose that, okay? So Rihanna, great job. Super cute. 3 and 7 are the ones I chose. And I did kind of like the violet ones too, and the smoky shadow ones. So let me know what you guys think. Did you pick up any of these little shadow palettes, little snap action here? And just let me know down below in the comments. Give this video a big thumbs up, and please remember to subscribe to my channel, because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And once again, you already know what time it is. It's time for the first chair dance of 2020. Chair dance. Hey, hey, chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. Chair dance. See y'all later. Bye.